Welcome back, Visions fans. Ready Player Will here. Today I want to talk about Justin, who is our community manager. Those of you who are active on the subreddits quite often will tag him. He does have a Reddit account. Those of you on the Discord will often tag him there as well, where there's a lot of chatter about the road to worldwide. And there's a lot of people that typically look to him to be someone to implement the change and assuage their concerns and criticisms. And so this is my way to give him a platform that maybe he doesn't have the ability to do on his own. But let's talk about something that prompted this video. It's an initial question that was asked this week on the Discord in the Square Enix feedback channel. And apologies for some of the translation here. This obviously is not this person's first language, English. But the question is, what is the duty and job of community manager Justin? I don't see him take any action, feedback, or communicate any word with any feedback at all in that Square Enix feedback channel. Is he still the community manager? Is he still in direct contact with the Votive Global team? Does he get paid? Does he have a salary from Square Enix? And if he's still the community manager, please take action and represent the players' feedback with the global team. Now, there's a lot of people that feel like this, where Justin is present. He does interact in the community, and people are looking for that feedback that we get sparingly with the producer's letter and not always to the extent that we're hoping for. And so they obviously look for Justin as that accessible person to try to get anywhere, somewhere. And Justin actually responded to this, and they made a little thread talking about it. So Justin's response here, there's a few messages down below, but the nature of the business is I unfortunately cannot discuss everything happening. I know everyone on Discord, Reddit, YouTube, and everywhere else has been very vocal and clear about your opinions. Everyone present would like to have more information, and I very much understand that. As a community manager, I've seen every comment posted and ensured it's reaching the ears in the team. But even as a community manager, that does not mean I'm able to divulge the information. Keep sharing the feedback, even if it's about me and communication, and I will keep getting it to where it needs to go. Cheers. So number one, thank you, Justin, for this answer. But number two, I think the biggest misconception people tend to have is probably in his title of community manager. I think that's probably not an appropriate title. Quite honestly, when you hear the title manager, you typically think of someone who has some ownership and can enact change. If you go to a restaurant and something's not to your liking, you ask for the manager, and the manager comes over, and they have the power to do whatever they want to manage the situation within their means of control within that, area. And Justin A is obviously insinuating that he does not have that kind of power, but that he's more of a liaison of sorts, that he's there to be the eyes and ears of the Gumi team and Square Enix team, more specifically the Square Enix team, I'm sorry. But obviously that feedback gets passed on between the three parties. But he's there to listen, get the feedback. I'm sure there's some kind of process where he accumulates it all, maybe categorizes it in different kinds of buckets, presents it to upper management to say this is what the pulse of the community is. And then if management has questions on how they're feeling, Justin has the proper information to answer them in terms of what the community is. So he's really more of a liaison than he is a manager. He's a mouthpiece for us. And I've no doubt that as these complaints happen, as he sees them, those are things that are being escalated to Gumi and Square Enix. And at that point, it's the management's decision, the true management's decision, to do whatever it is with that information that they like in terms of how it dictates what they do with the game. And so I absolutely agree with Justin here to keep sharing the feedback no matter what it's about, because I am confident that he is taking that feedback. I don't think he's just hearing complaints and then just throwing them in the trash. That's usually not how marketing works in any kind of real corporate setting. Even the worst reviews are taken into account. But I thought this was a really great answer that gives some better insight into what his role is and what his powers and capabilities currently are. He's not truly the manager in the sense that he can just speak on behalf of the global team here and on behalf of Square Enix. He probably could if they gave him the green light on a certain thing, but that's not specifically his role. And so to that end, I would say those of you that are tagging him and things, keep doing so. Obviously, the feedback is one of the best ways we can get it, other than just in-game tickets. It's one of the best ways that we can communicate to the higher-ups. I think Justin does a great job personally of fulfilling this role. I don't think I've ever seen Justin make a public message that was met with pissing people off. He's always had a very well-metered response that is very PR oriented, which is what he's supposed to be doing. He is supposed to be someone who's just a sponge for whatever our information is, and then to reciprocate that when it comes to social events like the Justin and Friends live stream, when he's the mouthpiece for communicating new things coming out, same thing for those character announcements, the videos that he does was with Hiroki, where he is there to help be not a translator of sorts, but to be that vocal mouthpiece to bridge the two teams. And so, to that end, I think Justin's doing a great job. Keep tagging him. The criticism that you might have at him, I think, is likely misdirected, but I hope that better understanding what his role is at this time will help change some of your expectations of what you're expecting him to do or what kind of changes you're supposed to see in the game. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to y'all soon.